Hey, how's it going? It's Xavier with Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands. Want to do just a quick tutorial video, some tips and tricks on how to use the AC system and how to get the best use out of it. Here we go. So real quick, this is the basic layout that's going to be found on most Mercedes. I want to show you some tips and tricks on how to properly use it and also what the basic functions are. And you do have voice command for a lot of the features that are on here. So first, doing the basics, you change the temperature with the little lever for the driver and for the passenger side. There is no indicator, so you do have to go up to the screen to see what temperature you have it. But then you could also do voice command and say, hey, Mercedes, change to temperature 70 degrees. So for now, I'm going to skip the menu button, but to change the fan speed, it works the same way. You just put the little lever up and down. There is no indicator, so you do have to go up to the screen. And also, if you want to change by voice command, you just say, hey, Mercedes, change fan speed to level 1 through 7, 7 being the highest. So the next button is the auto button, and what that is designed to do is to keep the cabin at the desired temperature that you have. But let's say there's a big temperature difference and it's a very cold day and the cabin's set at 70. Well, it's going to turn the fan speed full blast until it gets the cabin to that temperature. You may want to, at that point in time, do it manual mode, adjust the fan speed. But after a while, you do want to drive the car in auto mode. It's going to do everything it can to keep it on auto. That way you're not thinking about it. The next button is the front windshield defroster, which to get the best use of it, you want to make sure that the AC is also on. It works as a dehumidifier, and also get into the habit of just turning all three buttons, the max windshield, the AC, and the rear defroster as well to get best use. The next button is a little bit of an odd one of all the climate buttons, but I've actually had clients, they call me, it's the hazard button, right? They've called, hey, where's the hazard button? And it's right on the AC control. So that's how you turn it on and off. There's also a little passenger indicator light of the airbag being on or off. The next button is the rear windshield defroster, which obviously in icy situations or foggy situations, you want to turn that on. But it also turns on the side mirrors, which is not that common with other brands, but it's pretty much standard on every Mercedes. So it works to remove moisture and to remove ice on the side mirrors as well. The next button is the recirculating air, which does a few things. It does help with faster cooling, increase efficiency. It does help with reduced pollen and dust from coming inside the car. And also if you're driving somewhere where it's kind of stinky, it does minimize bad odors from coming into the car. And you do have better performance, especially on hot days. You're not letting that hot air come into the cabin, and you keep the nice cool air recirculating, and it does help with better efficiency as far as that. The next button is the AC button, and obviously that helps keep the car cool. It helps keep the car at a comfortable temperature that you have set up. Also, it works as a dehumidifier. So whether it's a hot or a cold day, you want to turn on the AC. If your windows get fogged up, it does work to dehumidify the vehicle. And also another benefit of owning a Mercedes, if you look at the AC button, there's a word that says rest. And what that does, in the event that, let's say you're going to make a quick trip, it's going to be about 30 minutes. It does help to keep the cabin at the comfortable temperature that you've set up for about 30 minutes. All you do when you turn the vehicle off, you hit that button and it'll set at that temperature. The next button is the sync button, which if there was a passenger in the car and they set it to their preference temperature and it's just you now, you hit the sync button, it'll put it back in the driver's temperature. Easy way to do it. And also, as a reminder, you can't just say, hey, Mercedes, and it'll set the temperature to the desired temperature you have. You just say, hey, Mercedes, set the temperature at 70 degrees. It'll set it at 70 degrees. And the last one I want to cover is the menu button. You go ahead and hit that. It'll flick this screen on here. And here you actually have same buttons, but it's touchscreen if you prefer the format. But it allows different ways now to change events. So right now, if you notice, it's on auto. That's designed to keep the whole cabin at that temperature that I have set up. But if I want to target, like let's say certain areas, that's where you now have control of the vents. Just remove it, and then from there you could choose either the front defroster, obviously the front vents, or the vents on the footwell. But that's where you would go to adjust it. And here you could set the temperature differently. You have the fan speed here, and you have the same sync functions over there. But if you have any questions on this one, let me know.